Weekly forecast and predictions for Mesha Rashi from 3rd July to 9th July. A week apt for self-analysis and introspection. Stop prioritizing materialistic things over relationships and bonding. A great period of time to restart a hobby or something which gives joy to your soul. Government and public service officials should stay away from illegal and unethical temptations. Some people at workplace will try to find fault with your work. Great support from your spouse or partner. Taking suggestions from your spouse could work wonders. On Wednesday and Thursday, take extra precaution while handling electrical gadgets and fire-related instruments. Friday and Saturday are great days to catch up with your old friends, clear any misunderstandings, and give a new start to your friendship. Right time for students to rework on your short-term goals and becoming focused again. Chanting Ganesha Mangalashtaka, Hanuman Chalisa, and Rahu Kavacham will give good results. Lucky numbers for Mesha Rashi people this week will be 24, 33, and 56. Lucky color will be lemon yellow and primrose color. And the lucky tip that needs to be followed is perform Taila Abhishekam with sesame oil to Lord Shanaishchara on Saturday. For astrological consultations and astro-related queries, please contact our support team at pureprayer.com or on the below given numbers. Weekly forecast and predictions for Vrishabha Rashi from 3rd July to 9th July. A problem long resolved reappears and starts bothering. Enemies are well aware of your game plan and strategies. This time they are well prepared. Discard the old techniques and go for the plan B. Unexpected support and moral strength from your childhood friend is indicated. Avoid visiting lonely and risky places on Friday. Marriage talks will be fruitful and you will get positive response before Thursday. Kids' behavior and newfound attraction could be a worrisome factor this week. Handle the issue with patience and take a rational approach in problem solving. Editors, sound engineers, and graphic designers will be in much demand this week. Big projects and steady flow of income are strongly indicated. Team leaders, managers, and department heads will have to convince your subordinates about your leadership skills. Be a good listener and stay open for new ideas and suggestions. Participating in a family event or a mass function will bring a new zeal and freshness. Lucky numbers for Vrishabha Rashi people this week will be 5, 44, and 100. Lucky color will be velvet color. And the lucky tip that needs to be followed is on Monday, offering curd rice as Naivedyam to Lord Shiva and distributing the prasadam to the devotees will instantly fulfill your short-term desires. For astrological consultations and astro-related queries, please contact our support team at pureprayer.com or on the below given numbers. Weekly forecast and predictions for Mithuna Rashi from 3rd July to 9th July. An ego clash leading to a big fight with your equals could consume most of your time and energy and leave you drained. You have to be extremely careful not to blow things out of proportion. An elderly lady will shower you with motherly affection and warmth this week. Too many options could confuse students and make them indecisive. Evaluate your strengths and weaknesses, natural liking of subjects and courses before making the final choice. Misunderstandings and miscommunications could mislead with regard to the marital talks and efforts which are already halfway through. Clear thinking and patient listening is much needed in these matters. A sudden rise in your cadre or bagging a big project could create jealous and new enemies as well. Observe carefully those who are not clapping while you are winning. Dietitians, nutritionists, wellness coaches, and fitness trainers will get mixed results this week. Lucky numbers for Mithuna Rashi people this week will be 7, 55, and 61. Lucky color will be ruby red color. And the lucky tip that needs to be followed is keep an energized rose quartz crystal on the right side of your working table on Tuesday. For astrological consultations and astro-related queries, please contact our support team at pureprayer.com or on the below given numbers. Weekly forecast and predictions for Karkataka Rashi from 3rd July to 9th July. This week, Remember the famous time-tested quotation, fortune favors the brave. In other words, dhairye sahase Lakshmi. Be bold and willing to step into the hitherto unexplored zone and territory. You will witness a spectacular change. Sportsmen, female athletes, food and travel bloggers, traditional food makers will see an excellent rise and growth this week. A senior and more experienced person at the workplace might be having a hidden agenda. Avoid blindly following the so-called expert advice from them. Lab technicians, food and medicine prototype testers, pollution board members, environmentalists, e-waste and bio-waste dispensers should be extremely careful while working. A slight negligence can give hazardous results. Right time to clear the major chunk of your housing loan, vehicle loan and education loan as well. Politicians will have a tough time figuring out the game plan and strategies of your opponents. Corporate bosses, MD, CEO, and chairman are strongly advised to go for smart strategies and soft killings rather than going for head on fights and confrontation. Chanting Annapurneshwari Stotram, Gurupadaka Stotram, and Vinayaka Ashtottara will give better results this week. Lucky numbers for Karkataka Rashi people this week will be 27, 51, and 85. Lucky color will be bright yellow color with red stripes. And the lucky tip that needs to be followed is perform Satyanarayana Puja at your residence on Saturday or participate in a Samuhika Satyanarayana Puja at a temple. For astrological consultations and astro-related queries, please contact our support team at pureprayer.com or on the below given numbers. Weekly forecast and predictions for Simha Rashi from 3rd July to 9th July. A major shift is happening in your life right now. Reassessing your priorities, goals, and purpose of life is constantly at the back of your mind. A short trip to a goddess temple in a remote place could bring resolve to many of your unanswered questions. Money shortage, non-responsive family members, and your words being taken out of the context are some of the botherations you need to be cautious about this week. A word of assurance and genuine help from an honest and upright official or an elected member is expected at the weekend. Siblings, maternal cousins could bring some tense moments and verbal fights. Precious gems and jewelry dealers, ethnic wear manufacturers and exporters, large-scale surgical equipment makers will have to face legal issues and restrictions. Cab and auto drivers, glass, ceramic, and plaster of Paris material vendors, medicinal fruits and plant growers will have to put extra efforts this week. Your selfless acts of kindness and compassion done in the past will come full circle this week. You will experience the fruits of good karma at the least expected time. Second division clerks, temporary office faculty, helpers and attendants will be appreciated and rewarded for your workmanship. Chanting Garuda Ashtottara, Vishalakshi Stotra, and reading or listening to Garuda Purana will help your spiritual growth and success. Lucky numbers for Simha Rashi people this week will be 8, 44, and 89. Lucky color will be jasper red color. And the lucky tip that needs to be followed is donate a red colored cloth on Tuesday to a brahmachari or a boy below 12 years of age. For astrological consultations and astro-related queries, please contact our support team at pureprayer.com or on the below given numbers. Weekly forecast and predictions for Kanya Rashi from 3rd July to 9th July. A critical phase of life begins as most of the planets are in adverse conditions this week. Keep a tight control over 3 T's: your temper, your tongue, and your taste buds. Weekend could trigger your recklessness and wild fantasies. It is important to draw a self-boundary line and adhere to the rules. Manpower service providers, digital instrument makers, and light workers will face a cloud of uncertainty. Additional talents and non-academic skills will be an asset and value addition for students this week. Young couples will get a reality check about the needs and demands of the newly started life. Unpaid taxes and bills overlooked for several months needs to be cleared immediately to control further damage. Words of wisdom from a senior colleague or mentor will give clarity of thoughts. Chanting Shani Ashtottara, Vaidyanateshwara Stotra, and Ganga Lahari will give great results. Lucky numbers for Kanya Rashi people this week will be 8, 37, and 90. Lucky color will be scarlet red color. And the lucky tip that needs to be followed is purchase a new steel lock on Friday and leave it at the Hanuman temple on Saturday along with the key without opening the lock. For astrological consultations and astro related queries, please contact our support team at pureprayer.com or on the below given numbers. Weekly forecast and predictions for Tula Rashi from 3rd July to 9th July. After years of struggling and striving, you have finally landed your dream job or position. Enemies are waiting for one wrong step and pull you back from the top. Be cautious and make careful moves. Remember, life is like a cricket match. No matter how many boundaries you have smashed with grace, one wrong miscalculation will bring you back to the pavilion. Make your stint a long and memorable innings. Program producers, online teachers, and non-fiction writers will get a confidence booster and set out to explore the hitherto unknown arenas. An unusual buying or a fancy purchase will turn out to be a great investment. People suffering from ulceritis, appendicitis, and liver malfunctioning will find great improvement this week. Refrain from exhibiting your muscle power or physical strength, especially on the weekend. Being cold and calculative may create a void in your vital relationships. Keep family and relations as the priority number one. Temple architects, eye surgeons, and fitness gurus will gain more respect and prominence. Chanting Parashakti Ashtottara, Bhudevi Ashtottara, and reading or listening to Vayu Purana will bring extraordinary results this week. Lucky numbers for Tula Rashi people this week will be 21, 75, and 106. Lucky color will be unpolished gold color. And the lucky tip that needs to be followed is plant a betel leaf creeper at the northeast corner of your residence. For astrological consultations and astro related queries, please contact our support team at pureprayer.com or on the below given numbers. Weekly forecast and predictions for Vrishchika Rashi from 3rd July to 9th July. This week, young professionals will realize the difference between infatuation, attraction, and committed love. A blessed period where you will come across a caring and affectionate personality. People working in danger zones and restricted areas might come across a few adversities. Safety and precautionary measures should not be neglected. A brief stillness or stagnancy in money flow will put your plans on a temporary halt. A twist of events will rekindle your spiritual inclination and God-fearing nature as well. Teenagers should avoid reckless adventures and bad company. Remember the old saying, it is always better to be safe than sorry. An out-of-the-box suggestion from your female family member will give great insight and renewed energy. Part-time singers and lyricists, percussion instrumentalists, and freelance journalists will have to go through an uncertain and hopeless period. Chanting Ramaraksha Stotra, Kubera Ashtottara, and 301st to 400th divine names from Lakshmi Sahasranama will give growth and success. Lucky numbers for Vrishchika Rashi people this week will be 14, 47, and 93. Lucky color will be sulfur blue color. And the lucky tip that needs to be followed is perform Abhishekam to Goddess Mahalakshmi with vermilion water and cow milk while chanting Sri Suktam. For astrological consultations and astro related queries, please contact our support team at pureprayer.com or on the below given numbers. Weekly forecast and predictions for Dhanur Rashi from 3rd July to 9th July. An exploration or soul journey seeking deeper answers will begin this week. Understand that human logic is limited and cannot provide justification for all the works of nature. Pottery workers, cardiologists, and forest rangers will have to come across new challenges this week. Children below 7 years of age may exhibit abnormal behavior and isolation. Try to find the root cause of the issue in a calm manner. A relative's aggressive talk and behavior could create tense situations at home. Counselors, child psychologists, and photographers will be praised for their novel approach and techniques. Beware of manipulators trying to win your trust, especially on the weekend. Moneylenders and surety guarantors will put extra pressure for clearance. Chanting Ranganayaki Stotram, Adinarayana Ashtottara, and Sharada Stuti will give extraordinary results this week. Lucky numbers for Dhanur Rashi people this week will be 18, 51 and 94. Lucky color will be black and gold combination color. And the lucky tip that needs to be followed is visit and take darshanam of Ranganatha Swami at 3 different places on the same day, either personally or through online darshana seva. For astrological consultations and astro related queries, please contact our support team at pureprayer.com or on the below given numbers. Weekly forecast and predictions for Makara Rashi from 3rd July to 9th July. A time zone where you need to avoid risk taking and daring attempts. You will realize the fact that your family and immediate circle are not a weakness, but actually the strength that keeps you intact and going. Women suffering from sleeping disorders, emotional trauma, and breathing problems will see a marked sign of improvement. People undergoing post surgical treatments are advised to continue with your current medication for some more time. Rumors and fake news will perturb and make you indecisive. Stay clear from gossips and unverified information this week. People working in double shifts need to find a balance between their primary and secondary professions and avoid burnout. A situation similar to a conflict in the past will test your maturity and pragmatism. Keep verbal response as the last option while encountering such situations. Research scholars, journal editors, art and music critics will have a busy and productive period this week. Chanting Uma Maheshwara Stotram, Nirvana Shatkam, and Lalita Trishati will greatly help you in achieving an unbiased view and right perspective. Lucky numbers for Makara Rashi people this week will be 53, 54 and 55. Lucky color will be silicon grey color. And the lucky tip that needs to be followed is learn the art of balancing 7 chakras from a trained expert and practice chakra meditation every day starting from Thursday. For astrological consultations and astro related queries, please contact our support team at pureprayer.com or on the below given numbers. Weekly forecast and predictions for Kumbh Rashi from 3rd July to 9th July. This week, physical health can be a concern. You must take the right precautions and the measures at the right time. This week, stay firmly away from all complex situations, matters, and personalities and choose a peaceful path. You may come across spiritually like-minded people from distant cities or distant countries. This is the best time to invest in spiritual sciences, prayer, meditation, and healing practices as well. Know the difference between daydreaming and insightful vision. Nature will send encrypted signals towards you this week. Transit of several major planets are impacting your personal life. Avoid drastically new changes. An enjoyable and jolly good time is indicated as there could be a reunion with your friends at the weekends. TV show hosts and anchors, serial artists should take the concerns and comments about your appearance and presentation seriously. Long trips and foreign collaborations will get materialized and you will inch closer towards your long cherished dreams. Chanting Vasudhastuti, Sarpadevata Stotra and practicing third eye meditation will give tremendously positive results. Lucky numbers for Kumbh Rashi people this week will be 16, 44 and 89. Lucky color will be coffee brown color. And the lucky tip that needs to be followed is offer 32 betel leaves, 32 betel nuts and 32 rupees to an elderly woman on Tuesday and seek her blessings. For astrological consultations and astro related queries, please contact our support team at pureprayer.com or on the below given numbers. Weekly forecast and predictions for Meena Rashi from 3rd July to 9th July. A long-awaited respect and recognition from your community and close circle of relatives will be bestowed upon you this week. A newfound attraction may gradually turn into a dangerous temptation. Avoid vicious entrapments and draw a self-boundary of ethics and principles. Top officials in administrative fields and police services may have to face unexpected transfers and downsizing of your powers. Second and third in line leaders in politics, young aspiring politicians, will have to face a rude shock and clipping of their wings from seniors. Clerks, assistant managers, and panchayat officers will face additional work pressure and stress. Youngsters in late teenage and early 20s could face serious setbacks due to ill influences of popular personalities. Animal trainers, private money lenders, and fancy item manufacturers will have to take self protective measures at work spot. Reciting Srivalli Ashtottara, Chamundeshwari Stotram, and Bhajagovindam Stotram will give courage and wisdom. Lucky numbers for Meena Rashi people this week will be 22, 36, and 49. Lucky color will be dilute red color. And the lucky tip that needs to be followed is invoke Goddess Mahalakshmi in a silver kalash filled with rice and chant Kanakadhara Stotram for 11 times while gently touching the kalasham. For astrological consultations and astro related queries, please contact our support team at pureprayer.com or on the below given numbers.